Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Queens of Ponderosa, where we outfit, outgay, and outslay every single week. I'm your host, Taylor, and I'm here with my co-host, Alicia.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about episode 7 of season 49 of Survivor. We just finished watching it. We did another week of live viewing at Alicia's place and are now sharing our unfiltered thoughts about the episode as soon as it happened.
We are finally merged.
So exciting. I feel like this season, we've talked about in previous weeks how it's been good and we're invested, but it's been like slowly kind of chugging along. And I think things are really going to pick up from here. We're going to talk about, the dynamics of the new merged tribe, how like this Uli versus Hina storyline kind of comes full circle. Some interesting like things we saw from like gameplay wise.
Idols, no idols.
Yeah, idol chatter this episode. Shout out to the Idol Chatter podcast. I found out when we were planning this podcast that there's a podcast about Survivor called Idol Chatter. And I'm like, that's a great name. I don't know if they are still uploading, but if you're still out there, Idol Chatter, shout out to the Idol Chatter podcast. Yeah, that's a great name.
That is such a fun name. I love that.
Yeah, it was when we were planning this podcast, trying to figure out what we were going to call it, was such an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to find something that was Survivor-ish.
Yeah, because the audience needs to know what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like this sweater, when I sit, it makes a weird fold and makes it look like a fat roll.
Oh, no, it looks great.
Even if it were whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it's we want it to be Survivor. So people know it's okay, it's a Survivor podcast.
Yeah.
But we didn't want it to be too on the nose, and it couldn't be something already in existence.
And there's a lot of other podcasts that have taken some of the more iconic phrases, like the Drop Your Buffs podcast, the Purple Rock podcast. But then a moment of genius struck us, and I can't remember which one of us said it.
It was me.
It was you?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, I remember going through a lot of iterations of the tagline, trying to figure it out. Okay, so yeah, Alicia K had a moment of genius and said, Queens of Ponderosa. And I was like, oh, perfect, because we're both queens. Ponderosa is a tongue-in-cheek Survivor reference.
And then I was like, let's do outwit, outplay, outslay. And then your genius.
And then I was like, what if we make it even more fabulous and also avoid any potential trademarking issues? And we instead say outfit, outgay, outslay. And we talked about maybe we explained this in our intro episode, but if you're tuning in now, the outfit portion of that goes to Alicia, because Alicia's the athletic one, the one that has the really good outfits. So it's a double meaning there. I'm obviously the outgay part for, just listen to me. Audio listeners, open up your ears. Visual listeners, take a good look. And then outslay is both of us,
of course,
obviously, because we're both going to be doing that.
We outslay every day.
Before we get into the episode, I had mentioned to you about this book that I just saw. So
tell me about it.
I'm not sure when it was announced, but I saw an Instagram ad today. I need to look up exactly what it's called, but it is a book that's being published in honor of Survivor 50, published by Jeff Probst, but it is not. It is primarily, I believe, a visual book with all the photos, and some they're advertising never before seen images from Survivor. So it's called Forged by Fire. Celebrating, I think, and then the subline is celebrating 25 years and 50 seasons.
I love it.
Yeah.
We need to buy it. I'm going to buy it.
It's on my Christmas wish list.
Amazing.
So we'll see what Santa.
How much is it? Do we know?
Oh, I don't even know. I literally just saw it.
Hurt.
I saw it. Oh, wait, no, I remember. I clicked on the ad. I believe it's retailing for $39.99.
That's so worth it.
And it's 300 pages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of photos. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how it goes. It'll be my new coffee table book for sure. Right now, for our coffee table books, we have a Vogue magazine photo book. And then we have a photo book from Dior.
Oh.
And then on our entrance walk-in table, we have photo books from Tom Ford and Chanel. So
my gosh.
We're basic.
Divas.
We're basic. Survivor will be a much more interesting
yes.
coffee table book.
Another good coffee table book is the Architectural Digest or the...
Oh, I feel like I've heard about this, yeah.
Yeah, it's just all of like the super unique and cool interior design, and architectural digest does like highlights on celebrities' houses and like who designed them.
They have that series on YouTube where they go to people's houses. I've watched a lot of those. Yeah, some of those houses they go to are so unique.
Very, very
so special.
It's like when you have Moni just blowing out of your ears, you make a weird home.
Yeah, people like, I think that there's people that know how to have money in like a classy way and then like a tacky way.
Sure.
And you get to see both of those in Architectural Digest of like people that are like, oh, this is very intentional, very beautiful. And then I feel like you see a lot of people that kind of just throw shit at the wall. That's a good metaphor for Survivor, actually. Yeah. Maybe when I get cast and I'm at Tribal Council, I'll be like, Jeff, Survivor is a lot like those YouTube videos where Architectural Digest will go to celebrities' houses. And let me tell you why. This game, some of us, we know what's going on and we craft it and it is immaculate and our plans are beautiful. And some of these bitches are just trying to like throw stuff at the wall and they're trying to disrupt everything. And then I would get voted out that night. I just know. I feel it in my bones.
Or Jeff would keep the analogy going.
Be like, maybe it's like you have to build a brand new house from scratch. And so now instead of an Architectural Digest YouTube video, you have a home improvement series.
Period.
You have to just build everything from scratch.
And then you could be like, yeah, but you could just take it super dark. You're like, yeah, but my role in this construction team is like everyone else is trying to build it, but I'm trying to cause chaos by burning the house down. So how do you build a house while someone is also actively trying to burn it down?
Everybody else is trying to save this house from burning down, and I'm just trying to collect the insurance money.
There you go.
Which is the $1 million prize.
See? Perfect.
It works so good. Full circle. Our minds.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Episode 7.
Episode 7. So as we said, we have reached the merge episode. It's day 13. So they're exactly halfway through the game at this point, and we have 11 players left. Survivor 49 is a unique season in the new era in that we had not one, but 2 tribe swaps.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of, the contestants talk about this in the episode. There's been a lot more of the blending of tribal lines than compared to, they say cross-pollination.
Sophie S. did say that.
Yes.
Who we've heard more from now than ever.
Yeah, she's really been taking up some of the spotlight. It's good to see. But yeah, that's what makes this merge interesting, is that compared to other new era seasons, like we've had tribe swaps, like there was a mini swap on 44. We had a swap on 45. But this season, they even had a swap on 48 that just happened. But this season had 2 swaps, and we also had a swap that brought us down to 2 tribes for a minute.
Swap City.
New dynamics, a lot of people that have had a chance to get to know each other. There was a handful of people that hadn't met at this point, and they get to meet today. But yeah, really interesting dynamics going into this episode that we haven't seen as much or at all in some of these other new era seasons.
And I think like super fans can get through a rocky start of a season because we know what comes from it. Like we know what is ahead.
Yeah.
But I'm sure more casual viewers, this is when you get excited because now the game really starts to cook up. And this episode starts with a new alliance that was named the Bottoms Up Alliance from Steven. And I love this name. Yeah. It hit me like a little bit into the episode why he named it that. And it's because the plan is that Sage and Jawan, who were former Uli, are going to go back and pretend to still be with former Uli, being Savannah, Nate, and Rizzo. Yeah, Savannah, Nate, Rizzo, and then Sophie B. So they're going to go in from the bottom and they're going to flip it up on its head.
Yeah.
And that's the plan. So before everyone merges, they like talk through this plan. They don't really let the viewers into it as much. They just say like, okay, we have our story straight, blah, 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 blah. And they go with this plan that Shannon, like when they hit the beach and they had lost the challenge and knew they were going to go to tribal, Shannon lost her mind in the final hours leading up to tribal council. And she flipped the votes to go on Jawan. Yeah. And this is partially true because she really did. She did flip it to go on Jawan, but they just made it seem like she was going more crazy than she really was.
Yeah.
and they ate it up.
Yeah, I was going to say they wanted to make sure when the tribes came and saw that Savannah was gone, they knew that people were going to talk about it because, Shannon, yes. And Steven was like, it's obvious that they're going to have things to say since I'm still here. So let's make sure that we have our plan and our stories straight. And so they get the announcement they're merging, and they're merging at the Kella beach. So new Hina and new Uli come, and everybody's there. And then, yes, Sage and Jawan and then Steven tell everybody all at once what happened. And like Alicia said, they're like, Shannon went crazy. Yep. She was looking for idols. She like threw Jawan under the bus. And I'm like a little bit skeptical of like, I wonder how they're going to buy it. And we get confessionals from Savannah and Nate where they have both completely eaten it up, hook, line, and sinker. They completely believe what's happened, and recognizing that they need the numbers of the merge. Savannah in particular is like, Sage, I am with you. We need your vote. Jawan, who she has wanted to get out forever, she's like, well,
besties now.
Yep, we are back together now. So Savannah, and by extension Nate and Rizzo, put in the work to say, all right, there's 11 of us. If we count the 5 former Ulis and Sophie B, who we picked up during a swap, we have 6.
Majority.
And this is what we should move forward with, leaving the remaining 5 being the 4 Hina plus Alex on the other side.
I think what was so convincing about their cell also is that Savannah, Nate, and Rizzo, and really Jawan, they haven't been able to see Shannon's game for a long time.
They've been separated since, I want to say, day
4?
Like, I think it was like 6 or 7. Because they had 3 tribals for Kella. So I think it was probably like day 7. I bet it was day 7 when they...
Yeah, so they haven't seen her game. They haven't seen her play. They know she's a little kooky. They know she's like kind of out there, so they bought that. But I was like, that's what made it so believable, is because they really didn't know.
Yeah.
They had no clue what was going on, so they had no other choice but to believe 2 of their former tribe mates. 2.
Yeah.
Like if it were just Sage selling it, it would be like a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's what made it so believable. I could see another story that they could have come up with is that Steven played his shot in the dark and it hit and he voted Shannon.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing that they could have gone with. But the smart part about a lie is to always have a partial truth.
With his shot in the dark though, he wouldn't have had a vote. So then they would have had to be like, we flipped on... And they still could have said that. But I think
that would make sense then.
I think something that helped them too is that those other Ulis were around Jawan for the first 11 days until they did the second swap.
Yep.
And Jawan thought he was in with them and they all didn't really vibe with him. But I think that since they had seemingly like snowed him, they were like, oh, Jawan wouldn't lie to us. But it's been really exciting this episode to see Jawan kind of wake up like, I was wondering if we would get more of like a revelation as to how he realized that he should flip, because he's been on the bottom since the beginning. But this episode, he opens up in a confessional as like, my mission is to take out the top dogs, which are the Uli people, which is so exciting to hear because episode after episode, Alicia and I have talked about Jawan is in such a bad position and he does not realize on how thin the ice that he is on is. Like Savannah wanted him out so bad.
Yes.
And so he really, it worked out for him really well this second tribe swap. And he's in a really good position now even after flipping on the Ulis, I don't really think anybody is going to be looking at him anymore. If that's, if the divisions continue to be the Uli people and the Hina people, I don't really think anyone's going to be looking at Jawan or Sage for that matter.
I don't think so. Maybe Sage. No, I don't know. I mean, I think what tends to happen going into the merge, and we saw this later, is that the physical threats are kind of scary.
Yeah.
So MC's name was thrown out when they had to go to tribal because she is so hard to beat and she's so strong. And so I don't know. I haven't paid enough attention to Jawan's immunity performances to know if he's someone that would be like threatening. But he's like so fun loving and goofy, and so I could see him settling into a really safe position at least for the next several votes.
And he's close with Steven, and Steven seemed to be the most well connected of the former Hinas. So I think Jawan is good. Other thing I was talking to you about before that we can talk about again now is I thought it was interesting. I wish I remembered who he had as guests, but on Rob Has a Podcast last week, they were talking about how they felt like the decision last week for Sage to vote out Shannon was ultimately a bad strategic decision. Mm-hmm. And they said something to the effect of like, it's really interesting that we've seen a player like dislike another player so much that they made a worse strategic decision in order to get rid of that player that they disliked. And it's clear that Sage did not vibe with Shannon by the end, but like, I want to push back on that a little bit. I mean, I don't think it was a bad strategic move by any means, because we had talked about in weeks previous that Shannon was playing really hard and a lot of people were eating it up. And she was going to be really well connected with the Hinas and with the Ulis. Number two is that Shannon had made it clear to Sage that she was on the bottom of Uli, not by telling her that, but by the things that she said and the behavior that she exhibited. Sage was like, I know when people are lying to me. She's been throwing my name out as like, if we go to tribal, let's get rid of her. And I know that I wasn't really connected to those former Ulis. Yeah. So for me, I'm like, I don't see how this is a bad, I guess in the short term, you could say, was Shannon going to vote out Sage short term? No, I don't think so. But even if Sage had voted out Steven instead of Shannon, I don't think Sage was going to line up with the Ulis anyway. I think so. Like, I don't think it would have mattered.
I think it was a smart decision. Yeah. I agree that their read is just...
It's interesting.
I mean, and everyone can have their own opinions, right? Like, we have our own opinions, but she already decided that she was going to vote out Shannon when she threw her under the bus a couple days prior. Yeah. And she said, Rizzo has an idol. Yeah. Shannon's tight with all of them. She's playing you guys. She decided in that moment that she was voting out Shannon. Yeah. And so I think it would have been even more illogical to then turn around and keep her.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially knowing that she was like throwing out her name to everyone instead of trying to find a way to keep both of them safe. I would rather be like, okay, well, I know Steven has got me and I've proved value to them. And Joanne and I were cool. We were both on the bottom over there. She knew that. He didn't know that. Yeah. So it's like I can now bring him in, an ally that I can trust, versus getting rid of him and keeping someone I know I don't trust.
Exactly. Like,
it was so silly to say that.
Yeah, it's and you know,
what do they know? They're not only the biggest Survivor podcast ever in the world.
Rob's only played Survivor twice and pioneered so much of modern strategy. Yeah. You know, I can give it like another listen and see if there's like other insights. But I just remember, I don't know. I just don't know if I agree with that take. So
my favorite thing though, okay, two things to say. Yeah. One is another Survivor book. I guess it's not about Survivor, but Stephen Fishback has written a book, and you can like pre-order it now or something. But
Parv has a book too.
Oh, does she now?
Yeah.
Is it about Survivor?
Yeah, it's Survivor's a big part of it, but it's more about like her as a person. Okay. What is it called? It's like, is it like harnessing your inner villain or something? Ooh. She basically talks about how like Survivor taught her to utilize characteristics that other people told her were negative, but have like worked out for her really well. Let me get the actual name.
I like that.
Shallow book. It's called Nice Girls Don't Win, How I Burned It All Down to Claim My Power.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, Parvati. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of great Survivor books or Survivor players who are writing books.
Yes.
Excuse me.
When are we going to get the book of Angelina Keeley though?
This is the one we need.
How I used my power to ask for jackets. Asking for things that I'm not entitled to.
It's my negotiation expertise.
Climbing ladders.
Negotiating your way to the top.
Getting rice for the tribe.
Yes.
Sacrificing. There's a story there.
Something. Yeah. Maybe we'll get it after she plays in 50.
Yeah, Angelina, write a book. Write Please. A book. I will buy it. I'll give you my money.
I love her. I'm so excited to watch her play again. I cannot.
Every time I think about it, I'm like, my 2026. at least that first half when Survivor's on is going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be
because Angelina Keeley is going to make it to the final 3 and she's going to win season 15.
That would be such a great winner.
Oh,
like
yeah.
she really, well, I'm not going to say any of them would be good winners, but she would be an excellent winner.
I mean, whoever wins 50, it may be the like highest caliber cast as far as gameplay goes we've ever had. Like Heroes versus Villains is obviously up there. Second Chance is up there. Like, and I guess Winners at War. Like, I guess those are the other ones where the gameplay would be on the same level. But yeah, whoever wins 50, it's going to be
big time
crazy. And that's why I know it's going to be Angelina, because nobody's better at negotiating. You know, she has that
Reading
experience
people.
from the White Lotus. She acted in that one scene. So she like knows, oh, you haven't seen the White Lotus?
No, I hate it. I know. I hate that I haven't seen it.
Alicia, do you know how many White Lotus jokes they're going to make on season 50, I'm sure?
I know. I have time.
Because Mike White not only wrote and directed it, there's a Survivor cameo every season.
Oh, gosh.
From David versus Goliath. He has someone on David versus Goliath on every season. Alec was on season 1. Angelina and Kara were on season 2.
Beautiful. What about Christian?
Christian hasn't yet. And guess what? Season 3, Natalie Napalm, girl. Natalie Napalm was on the White Lotus season 3 for 2 seconds.
Fame. And she was on it.
Angelina had speaking lines, though.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fierce.
She's a star.
Yeah.
She's definitely a queen of Ponderosa. The other thing I was going to say, though.
Back to...
Yeah, going back, is while I disagree with Rob Sesternino's take there, his exit interview with Shannon, did you watch?
Tell me all about it.
Oh, it was so funny. The first bit, he kind of like, so he was like, Shannon, tell me. So you're there in the game. Or no, he's like, so you're there and it seems warm and you're tight with everyone and there's safety, there's security. And then boom, all of a sudden there's tons of pressure and things go crazy and you come out and there's just like this light. And so what was it like being in the womb? It was so funny. He just like, and he did it better than that, but he made all of these parallels to being in the womb and in the game. It was so funny.
What did she say?
She just like laughed. She laughed with him and laughed like at herself. And she was like, wow, like, no, thank you. What a good comparison. Like she didn't be like, oh yeah, I can't believe I said that. Like, da, da, da. She was like, oh, that's such a really good analogy actually, because, and then she just took it into the game. Like, she didn't even answer the question.
I was going to say, did she answer any of the questions that she was asked?
Not really.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But she did say this when they got home from Survivor, Sage called her 2 days or a day after they got home, like really, really short after getting home. And she just talked everything through with her and they talked and they're like good friends now.
Oh, that's good.
And they like cleared up everything. And, so that was like really good. And I didn't doubt that because they're both such like great people, but Sage just like needed her space and da 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 da.
Yeah.
Did she say anything else that was super interesting? I can't remember. It was really just her like being herself. But I thought that was such a funny way to like start it, where he just like made the womb joke. I was like,
that is funny.
It was so funny. Okay, so tribes are now merged, but they don't have buffs yet until they arrive at the challenge.
Yes. So
and we're so grateful.
Yes.
Because it's not like the mergatory earn the merge.
It's not. They are all given buffs. There's none of this like stuff they've done in the new era of like, oh, like you have to earn the merge. So we're going to do this challenge and half of you get a buff and then you're safe and the other half aren't safe. And then you go to tribal. But they just cut straight to the chase.
Yeah.
Really important aspect of this challenge is that they have a mini challenge before. So
before they even get to the challenge.
Before they get to the challenge, there's a chest on the beach that's brought by a boat. And Savannah reads this note and it's like, in the woods, there's keys. One of the keys unlocks this chest that's an advantage to the challenge. Go find it. So they race through the woods. Sage gets the right key, opens it up, and it tells her that she has an advantage. And then we get to the actual challenge. So then she opens the advantage and she reads it out and it lets her know that she gets to skip the first portion of the challenge entirely and move on to part 2. So the challenge is set up in 2 parts. Part 1 is a group challenge with 2 groups of 5 where they're competing for the merge feast. Then the second part is the winners of that first part plus Sage compete in the first individual immunity challenge. And the advantage that Sage gets for winning like that mini challenge is huge. Like she doesn't have to compete in the first one. She's fully rested for the immunity challenge. The challenge itself, they are basically maneuvering a giant ball through a bunch of obstacles. And then when they get through all the obstacles, they solve a puzzle at the very end.
Yes. I was just scrolling through my notes to find how the tribes were split up into teams.
Correct.
So the first team is Nate, Steven, Rizzo, and both of the Sophies, Sophie S and Sophie B.
Who on the show, they are now referring to as Soph for Sophie B and Sophie for Sophie S.
It was so...
Because they initially were doing like blue Sophie and yellow Sophie.
Why Sophie B and Sophie S is so much easier. But I thought it was so funny. Like, I like Sophie S.
You thought it was so funny?
I thought it was so funny. So funny. That Sophie S, like there's multiple edits or things that happen throughout the season where it's like she is so socially just like unaware. And if someone else were named Alicia and it was like, what should we do about this? And the other Alicia is like, I'll be Alicia, you can be Leash.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I get the shortened nickname? Like, I want to be Sophie, you can be Soph.
Yeah.
So it was so funny that she just immediately was like, I'm Sophie and you're Soph.
Yeah.
And because Sophie B was just like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so funny. So they are both on the team with those boys, Nate, Steven, and Rizzo.
Yep.
Then it's Jawan, Alex, Christina, Savannah, and MC.
Yes.
And I was like, this group is going to win because MC does not lose. This girl does not lose.
At this point in the game, MC, Sophie S, and Christina are the only ones that have never lost
undefeated
a challenge before.
But the puzzle, as it always is, the great equalizer is what lost it for that second team. And
because the second team, they were ahead.
Yeah.
They were ahead for most of it. The yellow team is the first one, blue is the second one, and blue was ahead basically the whole time.
The entire time.
But yellow, yes, the puzzle equalizes them thanks to our favorite player, Sophie B, solving it. The puzzle was, that is how you do it on Survivor. It was a letter puzzle. And so she tells her group, she tells them early enough that they're able to catch up and finish first.
But Alex caught on to it pretty quickly as well because the ending of that puzzle was really tight. Yeah. Like it was super close. And the blue team could have taken it really because Nate and Sophie S were struggling, like fumbling with a couple pieces, but they didn't get it. So after this little challenge,
MC and Christina finally lose a challenge.
Sophie S is the only player that is remained undefeated.
Yeah.
And then they go into the individual immunity portion and it's having to stand on that slanted thing that narrows into 3 like different sections, most wide, middle, narrow. And then they have to balance the ball on this little plate with a pole, and then they also progress further down as they... Yeah. Anyway, Sage gets into this challenge and she's like fresh, but she didn't do very well.
Yeah.
She was out like second or something.
Yeah, it comes down to the last 3 are Sophie B, Sophie S, and Steven. And Sophie S ends up pulling it out and winning. Yeah. So she is still undefeated. And this is interesting for a couple reasons. So number 1, I was talking with Alicia. I'm not sure the exact statistics off the top of my head, but she has to have one of the longest winning streaks in terms of the number of challenges in a row that she won of any Survivor player. I know that Joe Anglim on Cambodia did not go to Tribal pre-merge, and then he won, I want to say it was the first 3 or 4 immunity challenges. So you couldn't even vote for Joe until like the final 10 or final 9.
Yeah, he wasn't
which is a crazy winning streak. And there's other players that I'm sure are up there, but in terms of the number of challenges in a row that have been won without losing, like Sophie S has to be up there.
Yeah.
The other reason this is really interesting is before the challenge, Rizzo, as they're amassing the Uli numbers, says, I think that we should get rid of Sophie S. Sophie S is who we're pushing. and Sage and Jawan are present for that conversation. Sage goes to Sophie S and tells her, hey, just letting you know, they're putting all their votes on you.
Don't
you
worry.
know that I'm good, and I'm telling you Jawan is good too, but they're going after you. And now Sophie S has won immunity. So when they get back to camp, they're going to have to reshuffle the plan. So really good like moment for Sophie S, not just because it continues her streak, but you know, we could argue, was she really in any trouble depending on how the votes played out? Maybe, maybe not. But now she doesn't even have to worry about it at all. She's safe.
She wasn't, she was in as much trouble as like MC was.
Yeah.
Or Steven, you know, who like caught some shots. What was I going to say? Caught the stray bullets or whatever. Yeah. But he was completely fine. It's funny. It happens so often where people throw out a name and it's before an individual immunity challenge. And that person whose name is on the table wins all of the time. I feel like it's a curse.
Should we talk about the most iconic moment of that instance?
Yes.
That still gives me chills to this day.
Yes.
Survivor All-Stars, season 8.
I haven't watched that one in a long time.
We are in the merge, and the merge has essentially turned into the Rob Mariano mega alliance versus the people on the bottom, right? So when they merge, the people on the bottom end up being Lex, Kathy, Sheehan. So we're in this challenge. Lex and Kathy have been eliminated, and it is the iconic challenge where you have your wrist tied to, you have like something tied to your wrist, and you have to keep your hand over your head, and if you lower your wrist too much, water will dump on you and you're out. And Sheehan knows without a doubt, if she does not win, she is going home. And she says this to Jeff. She says this to the other players. She's in a showdown with Rupert Bonham and is like, I'm not losing. I'm solid, dude. I'm not going to lose. Rupert eventually, and the people on the thing are cheering for Rupert. They're like, Rupert, watch your wrist. Like, be careful.
It's dropping. Yeah, lift it up.
And Sheehan wins and is like, yes, woo, take that. And
silence.
And Alicia's like, Alicia.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There has been an Alicia on Survivor. There's been multiple.
That
just hit me.
2?
Yeah. There's Alicia Calloway and Alicia, what was on 32? What was her last name?
Oh, there was
what's the third one you're thinking of? Or the second one you're thinking of?
I was just thinking of Calloway, but who is let's see.
Blonde Alicia on Kaorong on the Braun tribe. And like they made fun of her because she was stupid.
No, I do not remember her.
Okay, sorry. I should say they made fun of her because they thought she was stupid. They thought she was stupid. She spells it Alecia.
I do not remember her whatsoever.
Oh my God, I loved her. I was devastated when she got voted out. Because remember Scott and Jason?
Survivor, I hate them.
They bullied her so bad. And Jenny from Salt Lake City is the one that tried to throw her under the bus and was like, she wanted a girls' alliance. And Alicia was like, no, it was Jenny. Jenny's the one that wanted it. And they voted her out.
Girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
Anyway.
Okay, wait, I'm looking at... It was Kaorong?
Yeah.
Huh. Let's find her. I'm just looking at the cast name.
She got eliminated fourth.
Oh, there she is. Alicia Holden.
Alicia Holden.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there she is.
Yeah,
what a baddie.
Yeah.
What a queen.
Anyway, my Sheehan story.
I totally forgot her.
Sheehan goes,
sorry, Alicia.
Yes! Woo! Take that! And Alicia Calloway is like, hey, like, you know, be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. And Sheehan is basically like, you know what? I knew that I was going home. And I'm excited. And then they get back to camp. She has a confessional where she's like, it's so fun to watch them all scramble when they should have been making deals with me. You should have been cutting deals with me. Stupid people, stupid players. Let me say it again. Stupid players. There's nothing more I love than somebody whose back is against the wall. And this isn't the exact same instance. Because Sophie S was not going to go home. But like, I think of Sheehan on All Stars. I think of Michelle on Winners at War, that challenge where when she won, they didn't even clap for her. She was like, see, no claps, Jeff. Like that was it was anybody but Michelle. Like, I get chills through my body when someone pulls out a win when they need it so bad.
And what was it's like in the new era, his name wasn't Rome, was it? No, it's not. Definitely
there was
not
a Rome.
Yes, there was a Rome. Yeah. I remember Rome. It wasn't him. He made it to the final 3, and it's because he won the final 4. Romeo. I knew it was an R. Yeah, where he just like won nothing and then wins. He's the pageant coach. Yeah. I loved him. I thought that was so cute.
And then he was like, you know, my whole life story has been about empowering women. And so I'm going to take Marianne to the bottom. I'm like, oh my God, love you.
Yeah.
Love you. Yeah.
So
Romeo was great.
Anyway, I feel like this happens so often where people, they settle on a name and they
with
win.
them can win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. I'm like, don't talk about a vote or a name until you know who is an option.
Yeah.
Because it happens like that all the time.
I think people do that just because they're trying not to scramble when they get back from a challenge.
Yeah,
but,
totally. There was a couple other things I wanted to point out that we also forgot to mention before they went to this challenge. And one of them being that Sage told Savannah, it was Sage and Juwan, I think. She told Savannah that Shannon told everyone about Rizzo's idol.
Yeah.
I loved her for that so much. I wonder if that's going to bite her in the butt. But I don't think it would.
Based on how the episode ended, I don't really think it will. But yeah, Sage has really has really woken up.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Woken up both, like, her personality is shining through more and her strategic gameplay. Like, one of my favorite moments this episode is when the two other tribes are coming to the beach and they're merging. She, Steven and Juwan are at camp and she's like, I can feel the fakeness already.
The fake is getting closer.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, she knows she's playing Survivor, but it seems like the fake aspect of it, like, still really kind of gets under her skin a little bit. And, you know, we can all talk about how easy or hard it would be. I can't imagine, like, you to a certain extent, like, can't trust anything anybody is saying. And then on top of it, to have people be, like, excessively fake with their personalities, like Shannon kind of was a little bit, and I think would be hard. And
I think what she was also dreading was having to be fake herself.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm so happy to see
you. Gosh, good to see you.
Can you believe what
Savannah?
Shannon did?
Yeah.
Like, Shannon just threw Juwan under the bus and wanted to run him over. It was so crazy. And Savannah's
so I had to vote out the bad lady.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. And Sage in the confessional is like, I am aware that Shannon is telling me I'm good. She sees the writing on the wall and knows that she needs me for the numbers. I do not for one second think she genuinely wants to work with me.
No.
It's convenience, and we're going to get her out of here. And I'm just like...
I loved it for her.
So good.
She had a lot of great moments the past several weeks and just, like, continued it.
Yeah.
And I loved that. Her and Juwan did a good job.
They really did.
Keeping their stories straight.
They did.
Let's see. There was one other thing I was going to mention before the challenge. Oh, okay. Two things. One, also horrible thing that happened this last week is I broke a nail.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even see it.
I know.
Okay, we have to take the outfit part out retroactively.
Yes.
Because this is throwing off everything.
This is horrible. This is a crime. Crime. I'm now a peasant of Ponderosa.
Yes.
No longer a queen.
Peasants of Ponderosa.
We could make it's a queen of the week and peasant of the week.
That's so funny.
Let's do a peasant of the week.
We have our poster with all the queens of Ponderosa, and then we have like a really, really like crappy, dingy poster board that has like all the peasants of like the people that we
pick like their worst pictures and like horrible angles.
Oh, yeah.
These are the peasants. That will be a thing.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So I feel like a peasant right now. I just noticed it because this is my scrolling finger and I have to look at it and it's so ugly. I'm going to get it fixed tomorrow.
You have a scrolling... You scroll with this? With your index finger?
Not normally, but now since my nail is broken. Normally, I do my thumb. I do my middle finger a lot too.
Really?
It's weird.
I'm like almost exclusively a thumb girl, yeah.
Here's the thing too. I have like old woman hands in that I swear I'm already... Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. Wait, here. I think I got one. Hold on. I love cracking my fingers. ASMR. Oh, yeah. ASMR finger cracking by the queens.
I think I already cracked my neck, but I normally can crack my neck.
I can only do fingers.
Yeah. Sometimes I can do my wrists.
Yeah.
Anyway. Where did it go? Oh, there's a moment where Sophie B and Alex reconnect. And that's big. Yeah.
Monumental.
Yeah. So they sit on the beach together. They're like, okay, what's going on? And Sophie B is basically like, we obviously have the numbers and I'm sticking with Uli. I think it would be smart for you to come with us over to the former Uli.
Yeah. She's self-aware where she says like, I know that we're in the middle. You're going to say Hina. I'm going to say Uli.
And he's like, that's correct.
The reason I'm saying Uli is because she's under the impression that Sage and Jawan aren't flipping. And so she's like, we have 6, so you should hop on this train. But Alex knows from what Sage had said previously that the Ulis are not as tight as they seem.
They're not as tight.
And so in his confessional, he plays this really well where he basically appeases Sophie B. And then in his confessional is like, I'm here to play the middle. Like, I'm here to do whatever I can. And I think that's exactly what he needs to do. Speaking of Rob Cesternino, right? Rob Cesternino pioneered that strategy on the Amazon of flipping back and forth between alliances. And, you know, it seems like that's what Alex wants to do. And I think that's a pretty good strategy. We saw, even in the new era, we saw the Tika 3 do that pretty masterfully where they, I don't remember the other tribe names, but there's the orange tribe, the green tribe, and our purple Tika 3 in the middle. And they kind of did the same thing, just pendulum swinging back and forth until they were the majority.
Wild.
And nobody even thought to be like, let's get rid of them. So, you know, that seems like a pretty good strategy for Alex right now, especially because he can kind of hide behind the bigger Hina mega alliance for now, too.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, I think it was really smart. And yeah, he didn't like, you know, put his stake in the ground saying like, I'm going to be here. He's like, okay, that's good to know. I think we should kind of do this and play both sides. I also think he's going to be a physical threat in the merge because he's performed very well in challenges, especially when it comes to like dexterity of like throwing and doing all this stuff. He's really good at that. Yeah. So anyway.
She's really good.
Sophie?
Oh, sorry. Do you know that quote? From Camp Rock?
No.
Have you seen Camp Rock?
I have seen Camp Rock, but I don't know the
meme where Allison Stoner's character is like doing that really corny like keyboard number where it's like and then Demi Lovato turns around and she's talking to the Popular Girls and she's like, she's really good.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah, I say that all the time. I had to hear it
back in the okay.
Yeah.
Yes. She is really good.
Also, shout out Demi Lovato. If you're listening, you're not. But if you are,
I would
love you.
Your
new album has been pretty fierce. I
haven't listened to it yet, but I'm excited to. I love her.
It's good. She's going on tour.
Oh my gosh, good for her.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. Did you see that she dressed up as Poot Lovato for Halloween?
No.
Do you know Poot Lovato?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going on so many tangents.
It's okay.
No, I'll give you the long story short.
Okay.
Have you seen the photo of Poot Lovato before? Oh my God, Alicia, this is like...
Wait, did she like buzz her hair?
Okay, so she was wearing, I think, like a wig or like a bald cap. So Poot Lovato, this is Poot Lovato, okay?
Oh my gosh, okay,
yes. Yeah. So this is a photo that went really viral of Demi Lovato where like a Tumblr post was like, this is Demi Lovato's long lost sister Poot Lovato. She was trapped in the basement and this is the first time that she escaped. But what the tea is that the original photo, like this is a photoshopped photo where for so long Demi Lovato was like, oh my God, is that what I look like? Yeah. And it like really bothered her. So this is the actual photo.
Okay.
And then it was photoshopped to look like this.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
In a more meme. And so then Demi Lovato's whole thing in this new era of her music has been like making fun of her previous like funny, stupid moments. So she dressed up as Poot for Halloween and posted an Instagram reel where every single clip on the Instagram reel, she kept her face at this angle. And had the flash on. It was so funny. Oh,
because I saw her post that photo or like looking like that, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yes.
So
Poot Lovato.
So funny.
So good.
That is so good. There was one other moment before the merge that was funny. And it just further solidifies this narrative of Savannah as a mean girl, which is continued in the preview for next week. But it's about the chickens. The second she sees a chicken, she's like, we need to catch it and eat it. That one's named teriyaki. This one's named sweet and sour. This one's named whatever. And Sage is just like, I cannot. Well,
because we saw in the previous, I guess it was 2 episodes ago when they won the chickens that she's like, I grew up with chickens. Like, I'm really sensitive to this. And so that just like further pushed the buttons on Sage to be like, I want Savannah out of here. She is awful. Yeah. It's nice because we talked about this in a previous episode, but we really have not had a lot of super strong like villain energy in the new era. And it's because it's
been like lightly sprinkled.
Like I honestly think a lot of it is that Survivor has tried to pivot away from casting people like that. And if people act like that, I think a lot of it kind of gets edited out. Because even with like Shan, who was a huge villain on 41, Shan, I don't ever think really was kind of like mean girly. It was more of just like she was very cutthroat with her gameplay, whereas Savannah's cutthroat with her gameplay, and there's also kind of this layer of like, yeah, she just has like some mean girl isms, which is not a bad thing, right? Yeah. We love Savannah. We're not saying anything about her character.
Yeah, she's my winner pick.
You know, this is her brat era, we could say. Sure. She's the epitome of the Charlie XCX song, Mean Girls. This one's for all my mean girls. This one's for all my bad girls. Right? That's Savannah. Okay. And it's just refreshing to have that energy, because I'm trying to think of, you know, in the new era, like, yes, we had moments of villainy from people like Q, maybe a little bit from like D Emily, on 45. Rome. Yeah, but like even Rome was more just like delusional, annoying. Like, whereas Savannah seems to be giving us like some much missed female villainy in the realm of like Natalie Bolton or an Abby Maria or I mean, Chaos Cass wasn't really mean girly, but like Chaos Cass was still catty with people and would fight.
Bit of mean girl.
Parv had some mean girl in her for sure.
Yeah,
and that's why she won.
Yeah, period. The villains win. Yeah, they can win.
They do.
And I don't know if Savannah can pull herself out of this one, but we will see.
Yeah,
but yeah, lots of more mean girl flavor from her, and that's fine.
Yeah,
she just is who she is. And she just does not mesh with Sage.
Yeah.
I think she and Sage are actually more similar than they think, in that they're both just such strong people and characters that you either like them or you don't. Like, you either get along with them or you don't at all, and you want them gone.
And I think Savannah's like newscasting experience makes it a lot easier for her to turn on like the persona.
Totally.
Whereas Sage is like completely authentically herself basically all the time.
Could you imagine Savannah being on that tribe with the girls who were crying about the chicken, and Savannah's like throwing a party over she's like actually wanting to cut the chicken's head off?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know.
So funny. Just so polar opposite.
So
okay. Yeah.
We get back from the challenge.
Challenge is over. Sophie S is safe.
Yep. We get back from the challenge, and there's a couple of things that happen. So we have the merge feast, and they're eating some food. Sage rips ass.
Yep, she does.
She lets people know that she's doing it before it happens. But
she's like, I think I'm gonna fart. And I was worried she was actually gonna
like throw up or have diarrhea.
I was scared she was gonna shart herself.
Oh yeah,
on the show.
Yeah,
because that wouldn't be.
Oh, you know that the first time these people are eating like real food, sick. I bet we don't see it. I bet they're sick. I bet they're so sick. They're like, having aqua dump supremes out there.
Supreme for sure.
Maybe some double dragons.
Probably.
Are you familiar with the double dragon?
Yeah, personally I am. Yes.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the double dragon.
You're not?
No,
You've never had that in your life?
No. I usually only have like diarrhea. I've only puked 3 times in my adult life. In my adult life, I obviously probably threw up a lot as a baby, small child. But yeah, in my adult life, I've only thrown up. You don't remember that? 3 times. Throwing up as a baby and I don't remember being in the womb, but I do remember throwing up on my dad when I was 6 months old. Yeah. I have only thrown up 3 times in my adult life, and it was all on the same night. Wow. I was a junior in high school.
What a horrible night.
And it was we had just gone to like the winter dance. And I must have gotten food poisoning because I threw up 3 times that night and then never threw up again because I hate doing it. So no, I'm not familiar with the double dragon.
Oof, throwing up is so bad. Yeah. It's not fun.
I'm the person that's like, if I feel like I'm going to, I'm going to like lay on the floor till it goes away. I'm not doing that.
Really? See,
no, throwing up is corny and played out. I am not doing that.
What?
I am not doing that.
I'm dead.
I do not have time for that.
It's corny and played out. It is. That is so funny.
We've been there. We know that.
Well, us peasants are not above barfing.
Yeah, real queens don't puke.
Real queens don't puke. But peasants, sure. They also fart publicly.
Yeah. So Merge Feast is happening, and it's the supposed Uli alliance plus Sophie S. So there's not a lot of game talk, right? They're like, we're not going to talk game.
Sophie B was like, so are we going to talk game? And it was like awkward.
Yeah. So as the Merge Feast is happening, a storyline that gets picked back up is MC with her idol. So MC found an idol, I want to say like I should say she found a Beware Advantage episode 2. And the only person that knows about it at this point is Steven. And she had to lose a challenge in order to get her idol. But she didn't lose anything. No. And so now that they finally have merged and they did the first immunity challenge, she knows that she has to dig at the bow of the boat to start the hunt. So she says, I'm going to take some alone time. She very sneakily digs up the chest, gets the note, and it says, follow this map to find the key to open this chest. And if you don't find it before you go to tribal, your idol's null and void, and you don't have a vote. So she's walking. She's like wandering down the beach by herself. She's trying to be really subtle. She gets to the place where she thinks that the map or where the keys are. She's standing there, note in her mouth, like tying her hair back to start looking. And Savannah walks up and is like, hey MC, girl, what are we doing? And then MC's like,
looking for keys.
And she's like, I'm obviously looking for something. And Savannah knows that she just caught me looking for something. The note's in my mouth. So I'm going to tell her, I'm looking for a key. And Savannah's like, oh, do you know like if one is over here? So they're talking, and Savannah kind of starts to talk about like the gameplay, and then they both see at their feet this giant ring of keys, like probably like 50 keys sitting there.
Huge.
And there's a split second where they like look down and look at each other, and then they both lunge for it. So MC reaches down, snags it. Savannah literally like throws herself on the ground and barely misses it. And then she's like, good job. That was close. So then just in front of Savannah, at this point, she's already seen it. MC just starts unlocking the things. And Savannah's like, MC, like, I just want you to know that like, you're good. And Savannah's like, I don't know. MC says, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe it. And Savannah's like, listen, can you give me 10 seconds? MC's like, sure. She's like, will you look at me? And then MC looks at her. Meanwhile, she's like, still trying every single key on this ring to open it. And Savannah's like, listen, I just want to tell you, on that old Uli tribe, the boys were doing their own thing, and it was me and Sophie on the bottom. And when you came, I was so excited. I really want to work with you. And MC's like, like, you're just, this is just talk. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. I'm just trying to get my idol and leave. And
she doesn't say that, but that's what she's
in
thinking.
The confessional, she's like, I just am trying to get this and go. Savannah eventually realizes too, like, she's not buying anything I'm selling. And MC is like, Savannah is like intense. Like, she's sitting here watching me try to get the idol. She's not leaving.
Oh, she's trying to sell me.
She tried to take the keys. So MC is like, I get the idol, so I have my vote, but I'm assuming that since Savannah caught me, everyone's going to know about it. Cut to Savannah going back to camp.
Oh, and Savannah's like, I won't tell anybody. Like, I want to work with you. I'm not going to tell anyone.
The merge feast people come back, and immediately Rizzo sits down and Savannah's like, so MC was in the woods by herself. She was looking for something. And Rizzo's like, wait, like, you saw her? And she's like, yeah, I saw her. I think she's definitely got something. And they're doing this
in front of
in broad daylight, in front of everybody. Sophie S, they're sitting over here talking, and Sophie S is just going, just literally watching them talk.
Messy.
Just watching them.
Messy.
And it's like, I see them sitting there whispering, and that's like my final straw of like, we got to break this up. So after that, now that everybody's back together from the merge feast, that's when
I do want to say something really quick though about the idol.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Do you think it was... I kind of feel like MC got screwed in finding her idol because she didn't lose until the merge. It would have been so much easier to sneak off, I feel like, and find with less people all around and less like super suspicious people.
To be fair, there was only 5 people around because 5 people were at the merge feast. And if she would have lost a challenge, there would have been 5 or 6 people around.
Yeah, but it also wasn't like a typical day at camp where it's just like, oh, there's 5 of us hanging out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They're suspicious people. They're anxious people because they know they're on the chopping block. Yeah. They're upset because they're also not getting part of the feast. There's just like all of these different components where I'm like, it makes it so much harder for MC to find this idol than it would have been a couple days before, even one day before.
I
was
agree
just
with
like,
that.
oh, darn. And obviously, like, whatever. She didn't have to go to tribal.
She had played it so well of like not telling anybody about her advantage.
So I was like so bummed.
Yeah, it definitely is like a little bit of a bummer. She lost a bit of power with that.
Yeah, huge bummer. Yeah. I really felt for her because I've loved MC and I'm still like really excited to watch her play. And she ends up playing her idol at tribal council. So it'll be back in the mix. Maybe she'll get it again. But anyway, I just felt for her. I'm like, that made it so much harder.
Yeah.
And Savannah is way too intense.
Yeah,
I think Savannah
intense.
also she's like so confident in her own abilities and her own standing in the game, like all of this stuff, because it's before the vote.
Yeah.
And I feel like she could have done a better job relationship building with MC instead of being so annoying to MC. Like she was being so annoying, but she is still like looking at it through the lens of like, well, I'm on top. You know?
Yeah. I definitely think that there's some maintenance to be done with that relationship.
And it will not repair.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So everybody is on the beach now at this point after the idol debacle and people are like scrambling. So we have a conversation where Savannah tells Sophie B about MC's idol. Sophie has a confessional where she reflects on, I have a knowledge is power advantage nobody knows about. Could be a good opportunity to steal it. So we'll see what happens.
She's like, I now know where both of the idols
I know where
are.
Rizzo's is and MC's is. We see conversations where essentially what happens is Nate, Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie B are in the dark and they don't know it. And everybody else around them is trying to figure out which one of the Ulis to take out. Sophie B is not in contention. They're trying to figure out who to take out. So there's a contingent that wants to be Nate because they feel like Nate is the person who is least likely to have an idol played on them. There's a contingent led by Sage primarily that wants Savannah out because she's intense and Sage also really doesn't like her. And then there's a contingent led by Jawan who says, we should get Rizzo so that we can flush the idol out and one of us can get it, especially because Rizzo told me he's not going to play his idol tonight because he thinks that he's safe. So then we have confessionals from people like Steven and Jawan and Sage and Sophie S trying to figure out who is the person that we think is best to get voted out at this tribal, because the Ulis, you know, don't think that it's going to be one of them, and it is. Sage makes a honestly like pretty good point where she says, I would rather get rid of Savannah or Rizzo now before, or maybe it's Jawan that says this. I think it might have been Jawan. I think it was Jawan. One of them, I think it was Jawan,
says.
What
did they say?
Well, they say, I think it's better to get rid of one of them now before they know that we've flipped on them. Because if we don't do this now, then next time they know that they're not going to have our votes, and it might be harder if they have something. So I think it was Jawan that said that. But whoever said that, it's something to think about, right? Because right now, they don't know that Sage and Jawan are undermining them and they're not on their side. So it might make more sense to get rid of the person you feel like is the most powerful before they have a chance to like recover.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
conversations are going back and forth between Nate, Savannah, Rizzo. Which one do we get rid of?
I think they made the right decision.
Yeah, so they end up voting out Nate at Tribal Council. As Alicia said, MC plays her idol.
She's like, I'm not going home.
She knew she didn't need to, but we talked about this before we filmed, and I agree. We agree that we think this was smart for a couple reasons. Like, number one, the idol is only as powerful as secret as you can be with it, as secretive as you can be with it. So the fact that everybody knew about it lost a lot of its power. Also, you have like a target on your back now. Like you can't use it as effectively and you have a target. So I think similar to what Alex did, where he might not have needed to play it when it was him, Jeremiah, and Sophie B, but you get rid of that target and make sure you're safe. And so MC did the same thing. So again,
she's safe.
Maybe not ideal to lose your idol, but she has a chance to find it again. She's not going home this tribal, and that target on her back is smaller because now nobody knows that she has it.
Absolutely.
She no longer has something.
Yeah. Everyone knows that she has nothing now, and that's not looming over their decision making. Meanwhile, the former Uli and supposedly Jawan and Sage, their plan is. So MC's going to be kind of scared, so she's probably going to play her idol.
So we should get Steven.
We're going to vote for Steven. So that's who caught the other votes.
Yep.
Alex did not let Sophie be into this vote. And I think that that's smart because I think she would have said something.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because that's the group she wants to ride with.
Yeah, she would have told Rizzo, hey, you do need to play. You do need to play your idol tonight. This is who they're voting for.
But also, Rizzo did say when he found the idol, because it was like, oh, this is for our alliance, blah, blah, blah.
He's like, I'm not playing that for anybody but me.
Yeah, this is mine and mine only.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he would have, and I don't know if she would have gone and told them.
Yeah.
But it's just like something to note. He didn't want to tell her. And I think it was definitely the smart decision. And she's not put in a bad position. I don't think she's like in I don't think she's in danger. Yeah. Definitely not as much as Savannah.
No one's looking at Sophie B right now.
What I thought would have been so funny, and I think she is going to do this later, obviously, is use this knowledge as power as it should be used because no one knows that she has it.
Yeah.
And she knows exactly where the idol is. I don't know. Maybe she finds the other one. We'll see when this next idol, comes into play. But I think now that she knows they're at the bottom, they don't have numbers. I want her just to be like, hey, Rizzo, do you have an idol? Take his idol and then let them burn. And she maybe makes a good alliance with someone else. Her and MC had something. I don't know. And she's like, this can be ours. I want to ride with you guys. I'm going to take it from them. Who knows? But I want her to do that so bad. Yeah. I want her to take their idol and then...
It'll be interesting to see how she leverages it. She just has to keep it a secret. Because as soon as people know... She will. Yeah, she has to...
I really think that she will.
I think so too. I think the last thing of note that we haven't talked about this episode is we saw a pretty big plug for season 50. At the Merge Challenge, Jeff is like, we're at the Merge. You're all here. The game is heating up. And I want to tell you, there's spots on season 50 that are open. This is where people write their story. This is where this is where the greats come. And so he's basically saying play super hard.
Yeah, they don't play small. They don't make the easy move.
Yeah, there's spots big. Open. So,
he also did say in that though, by the way, he was like, this is where you will make or break your Survivor career. He used it as a career move. He was like, you can either be the one to make it and make it big and be a great, or you can allow the greats to use your back and become that for you. So I was like, oh, wow, that's so intense.
So we saw some people talking about that at Tribal. I remember Savannah making comments about it. So I think, it's a smart way to both, again, advertise the upcoming season and also just encourage people to play super hard. So we'll have to see the shenanigans that people get up to in an attempt to try and get cast. I think it could lead to some really cool moves.
Chaotic
It could probably lead to some sloppy, stupid moves. But it'll be interesting to see how it all goes. So ultimately Nate ends up getting voted out. So it seems Nate. Savannah, Rizzo, and to a lesser extent Sophie B are kind of on the outs now, on the bottom. And there's this big group of 7. But as we know, groups like that never stick together. There's eventually going to be someone that's like, I'm on the bottom of this group. We need to figure out. And honestly, what's funny is that I think it's, bottoms up alliance, we'll have to see how it goes. But my gut instinct would tell me the person that's on the bottom of this 7-person alliance, I think it's still Juwan and Sage. Because they just came into it last. They've had the least amount of time to build all these other connections. Yeah, they're connected with Steven.
It's Sophie S. I think she's on the bottom.
It could be. I haven't
no
necessarily...
one's voted with her before this vote, and they're like, eh.
Yeah.
No one talks of her. No, I mean, Sage, she and Sage kind of have something, but it's like...
It's just we still haven't really seen enough to determine.
That's where I just think Sage and Juwan, definitely Sage. I think Juwan might still be on the bottom, but she's proven so much value to them, I think, already.
Oh, yeah.
That I think she isn't on the bottom. I think it might be more Sophie S. I think Christina is good and she's trustworthy, but I think really I think the bottoms up alliance has something. It has legs, but I don't know if it'll trump what Steven has with MC. I don't think it will.
Yeah.
But I don't know how close he is to Christina in comparison to Sage and Juwan. And anyway, who knows?
Yeah.
The tricky thing about Rizzo and Savannah's position is they haven't had any time to build relationships with anyone on Hina that is there now.
Yeah.
They've literally voted out every one of them that they've ever worked with. And they have Sophie B, but they haven't even tried. also.
Yeah.
And they are so sloppy with their alliance. Like
sloppy
sitting
gameplay,
at the fire together being like,
cocky.
oh, I saw this and this and this. Like, what?
Yeah.
You guys.
I know, some self-awareness. It seems like, honestly, it's funny because the two people that were on the bottom of the original Uli for like maybe like a lack of self-awareness, like Jawan like stealing Savannah's stuff, Sage like, you know, blurting things out. Seems like it's in an ironic twist of fate, it's kind of like flipped, and that they're the ones that have like the most game awareness. Where like the other Ulis were so caught up in like, you know, we got the numbers, we're good to go.
That's where I think
nothing's gonna happen to us.
Information is everything.
Yeah.
Because Sage and Jawan, I think they were left out of things on former Uli, original Uli, just because of bad luck.
Yeah.
Like, I really think it was rotten luck.
Yeah.
And not so much because they weren't super aware. Sage was aware, like, no one's talking to me.
Yeah.
Jawan had a little bit less awareness for sure. But I think now that they have so much more information than Uli does, their awareness is just like that much greater. And they have greater agency in the game because they know what's going on and they can make choices. And now it's like, sorry, you guys are on the bottom and I'm not giving you this information. Yeah. So you have to like kind of stay with like your awareness and your power is almost like equal to each other. Yeah. And now they're less powerful because they don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't know the truth.
You know, the first time that we're seeing Savannah and Rizzo on the bottom, they've been playing from the top basically the whole time, and the tables have turned. So we'll have to see, you know, how they play from the bottom.
I'm curious if Savannah is going to dive for another idol. I kind of want to see that.
She's going to start pushing people out of the way. Carrying that machete around. You know,
she might
collect that insurance money.
Yes.
Dump. Maybe she'll have a Jatia moment and dump the rice. Oh, they don't even have rice.
No, but
there's no rice to dump out.
I think she might go the destructive mode.
Yeah.
Of like just irritating people and pissing people off so bad, and maybe like making people mad at each other. Like, she's gonna cause some chaos. That's for sure. And I'm excited. I'm excited.
She's gonna say, "This one's for all my mean girls."
Yeah.
And
Regina
then
George.
brat era all over everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be fierce.
I was made for this.
So let's talk about Queen of the Week. Who do we think has earned the title to join us in our royal court this week and be Queen of the Week? I already know what my answer is, but
I mean, I'm going to say Sage.
Sage. Yeah. 100%. It's Sage 3 weeks in a row. It's funny because it was
the Triple Crown.
Yeah. It was Sophie B for the first 4 weeks and now it's Sage for the first 3 weeks. So the Queen of the Week hasn't really moved around, but like, how can we argue with this? Like, she integrated herself with the Hina alliance, formed a under the radar alliance with Jawan and Steven and Bottoms Up. She got everybody on the Uli tribe to buy the story of this is what happened with Shannon, to the point that she didn't take any of the heat or fire for that. She threw Shannon under the bus again and said Shannon leaked Rizzo's idol to everybody. Like, so I don't really think that she did anything wrong. Like, she just played everything super well. So I like, you know, we again can give some honorable mentions, like maybe honorable mention to MC for like being smart about what she did with her idol.
Sophie S winning.
Yeah, honorable mention to Sophie S for, you know, winning the challenge and, you know, sticking with this alliance. Steven, again, for just being in like an all around really good position. Powerful. Jawan, same thing. But I think, if we're picking one Queen of the Week, Sage.
And the thing with Sage that I wasn't sure of going into this merge, especially based off of how she was reacting when the boat was coming up, I'm like, can she keep it together? Will she blow up her spot in the name of authenticity and being so appalled by fakeness?
And she said no.
And she was like, not this queen.
Not me.
Not me. Not, no. I
don't
will,
know.
They don't even know what fake is.
She rapped or whatever.
Yeah, she devoured them with her stories.
That's a Mariah Carey quote.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry.
That's okay. No, you're okay.
I feel like
I'm full of
your quotes are like wasted
today.
on me.
No, that's okay. This quote is Barbara Walters is interviewing Mariah Carey and she's reading lyrics to a Nicki Minaj song. And then lyrics are, "I'm quick to check a bitch when she is out of line." And then Barbara Walters looks at Mariah and says, "Are you the bitch?" Because this is when they were on American Idol together as judges and fighting. And Mariah Carey just goes, "Don't know. Don't know. I didn't know she sang. I thought she rapped or whatever."
That is
it's
so
good.
funny.
Yeah,
I need to see it. You need to send me the clip.
Oh, I will. I say that one all the time. My boss will ask me a question at work and I'll be like, don't know. Don't know. Didn't know she sang. I thought she rapped or whatever.
So good.
It's so bad.
You're full of them. I miss you.
I'm really messy today.
No, you're not.
Queen of the week, Sage.
Sage. For sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, like Sophie B, because we love her. I'm so proud of her for keeping a secret. I do see another crown in her future.
Oh yeah.
As I don't think Queen of the Week.
Her time in the court will come again.
Just as important question, who was the peasant of the week?
I mean, so I don't think we can. Like Nate would be the easy answer because he got voted out.
Yeah.
You know, if we're saying someone that's still in the game, that's the peasant of the week. I mean, I think we can have like a gruesome twosome and say it's Savannah and Rizzo.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I would give it to, unfortunately, my winner pick Savannah.
Yeah.
Because she was messy. She was the most messy this week.
Met some messy gameplay. Overconfidence. In a pretty bad position, and she doesn't have an idol to protect herself where Rizzo does. So, you know, if there's a scenario next week where we like split the votes between them, you know, Rizzo would be safe and she wouldn't.
I could see her being up all night looking for this idol. I really could.
Imagine a tribal kind of similar to the Three Amigos in Caramoan where Savannah and Rizzo both have idols and they both play them and they're like, hey, you have to figure out.
Sorry.
And in that case,
cannibalize yourselves.
I would be really worried about Sophie B. I think that's a scenario where I think she would go home.
She would be in trouble.
Yeah.
I think.
But then maybe she could use her knowledge as power and steal Rizzo's. Oh my God. Can you imagine that?
That would be so
Savannah's like,
good.
I found an idol and I'm going to play it. You should play your shot in the dark so that you could be safe too. And Sophie's like, even better.
Do you want
I'm
better?
going to steal your idol. Savannah, do you have an idol?
Do you have an idol, perchance?
That would be
incredible.
I think Savannah would explode at Tribal. I think she would kill Sophie.
I think she would push her into the fire.
Throw her in the fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
And that's how Sophie B died.
I knew it. Honestly.
For Regina George era.
That would be the most incredible episode ever.
And it would work because Sophie B is the new girl too. So she's like the Katie Heron.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's been written.
We had another Mean Girls analogy last week.
Yeah. Well, because I was like, Savannah is Regina George.
I think, well, yeah, because didn't we say that like Sage?
Shoot. Yeah. Who was the?
I mean, I think we talked about Shannon being like the Regina George.
Yeah.
And then.
No, I think it was still Savannah's Regina George. Or was it?
And then Savannah was, we'll have to go back and listen.
We'll go back because it was spot on.
It's been a long week. Okay. It's been a long week. It's been a week. Okay. We've had lots of stuff going on. All right.
I had a funeral to go to, a really sad funeral.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I know. So it has been a week.
I went to therapy today.
We love that.
That's part of why it's been such a week.
Honestly, therapy can be exhausting too. Like mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Yeah.
It can be tiring.
I always try to schedule my therapy on my work from home days because I'm inevitably going to like cry and break down and then I can just sit at home instead of having to do it in my office.
Yeah. My therapist is always like, when you book a therapy appointment, take off 2 hours, like 1 for the session and 1 to just go get your favorite drink or your favorite treat and go lay down and do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's been a week, but it's okay. We're here. We are alive.
Yeah.
We outfit, outgay, outslay, and outpeasant.
Yes.
And we're here for it.
Yes, we are.
And the merge is upon us. Things are starting to cook up. Things are going to explode next week, it sounds like, within Savannah. And I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see how it all plays out. Thank you for tuning in for yet another episode of the Queens of Ponderosa podcast. Let us know who your queen of the week is. And we will see you again next week.
Yep. The queens have spoken.
I forgot. Wait, hold on. Alicia.
Yes.
The queens have spoken.
Period.
Now we can end. Thank you everybody for listening. We will see you again next week.
Bye. Guys. Every time.